Okay, yeah, okay. Hello, everybody. This is Magic 101.3. Me, Erland Robinson, Magic in the Afternoon. And I'm going to be talking to Dr. Patton, and Dr. Patton is here. He's a primary care physician. So we're going to talk about the importance of finding a primary care physician. And all you fellas out there, please listen up, because we're going to be talking about an event that is happening on November the 21st. And Dr. Patton's going to talk about that event, what that event is, and why is it important for us as men to be proactive with our health, especially when it comes to prostate cancer. So everyone, I'd like to take the time to introduce you to Dr. Patton. Hello, Dr. Patton. How you doing?
Hi, it's a pleasure to be here today.
So we're going to talk about something important, right? We're going to talk about men's health. And so and you're a primary care physician, and you work for Norton's Healthcare, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay. So here's the question I have for you. For us as African-American men, if you had to rate us between 1 and 10 on being proactive with our health, and that's doing screenings, and that's, doing the proper screenings and the necessary screenings, what would you give us overall between a 1 and 10?
Ooh, now is 10 good?
No, yeah, 10 is good, 1 being bad.
Okay. Honestly, we're definitely not the best as far as being proactive on our care. So I may give us a 4 out of 10.
4 out of 10. So you hear that, fellas? We get a 4 out of 10. All right, we get a 4 out of 10. Now, there's a big event that was going to be happening on November the 21st, and it's going to be talking about prostate screening, all right? Because it's a prostate screening event. So why is that an important component of our health, prostate screenings?
Well, first, I would say it's one of the second most common cancers in the world, and then especially among men. But the other thing that I like to address is that it's generally one of the fewer cancers that can be screened and also treated successfully. So it's more of a preventable thing, and it can be assessed and discovered through a simple screening procedures. So that's one thing why the building block behind this screening event.
Okay, so what is the age? When should I be concerned about having a PSA done? Is there a certain age range, or is that something I should have been a concern with in my 30s, or should I be more concerned with getting a PSA, getting one of my physicals when I'm in my 40s? So what is the age range that I should be saying to my primary care physician, or my primary care physician saying to me, we need to do a PSA on you?
No, that's a great question. So I use the American Cancer Society guidelines, and pretty much it's for males age 50 or greater in general, okay? And then it's also going to depend on the risk factors. So a higher risk would actually be a African American male or a family member who was diagnosed with a person who has a family member who was diagnosed before the age of 65. So that age range would bring it to age 45.
Okay.
And now age 40, if you have several first degree relatives with a history of prostate cancer.
Okay. All right. So you talked about, you kind of alluded in the beginning of the conversation about that it's just a simple screening. What type of screening is it?
So it's a PSA, prostate specific antigen, and that's a simple blood draw.
Okay.
Especially on at this event. Now there are also other screening tests like a digital rectal exam where they feel the prostate, looking for any nodules, make sure it's even. Is there any extensive pain with the examination? But for this event, we're doing blood only.
All right.
But,
so you're not doing the other one. You're doing what we call the non-invasive one, just the one just drawing some blood.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And this event is when?
This event is November 21st. It's going to be from 10 to 2. And I'll also like to add that they'll be having flu vaccinations that's going to be covered. And they're also doing COVID screening that's going to be covered.
Okay.
And that's all expensive, by Norton Healthcare Foundation. So they're taking the bill on that one.
Yeah. And just right there. So fellas, who's ever out there listening on Facebook Live, if you are, a guy, African-American male out there, and you haven't had a COVID test because you just haven't had the time to do it. Now, this is an opportunity to have it done for free, absolutely free. So did you guys hear what he said? And ladies that are watching this, bring your man out, bring your grandfather out, bring your dad out, bring your brother, your cousin, your bae, your boo, whoever because we have to be proactive. And a lot of fellows are concerned about PSAs because, we make jokes about it, but here's one that's not invasive. It's just taking the blood out. I read on my little script here that it's happening at the YMCA at 1720 West Broadway. That is a Norton Healthcare Community Associates practice also too.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. And so now, will you be there to answer questions? Let's say if I'm there and I have a question about prostate screening, if I have a question about any of the things that are going on, the screenings that are going to be taking place, will you be there to answer any questions?
Yes, sir. I'll be right there. I'm looking forward to meeting everyone, seeing anyone, answering any questions. I think the event's going to be great, and hopefully we can help some people out.
Yeah. And I'm glad that we here at the station, and I'm talking about the station as a whole, Alpha Media, and our sister station B96.5. I know Q, you've been working with Q. We're honored to be a part of this. I mean, for two reasons. One, giving back to the community and teaming up with an organization like Norton's Healthcare. And also two, because we're both African-American men. And, we feel that it's important that we be proactive with our health. So fellas, if you want to be proactive, come on out, hang out with me, DJ Q, Dr. Patton on the 21st of November, right there at the YMCA at 1720 West Broadway. The event kicks off at what time?
The event is going to be from 10 to 2. So
just come on out, fellas. So Dr. Patton, I know we're going to be doing a lot more of these when we talk about various screenings. So thank you for joining me and Alpha Media today, to talk to our Facebook members on there, our Facebook fans. So, and you guys out there on Facebook, spread the word, especially African-American men, spread the word, come on down. I mean, and I have to be honest, I've done enough, health events, and guys, we just don't show up. I mean, it's right there. So this is an opportunity for you to show up and not make any excuses. Usually at 10 a.m., you're not doing anything anyway because it's too cold to mow grass. So, okay. So come on out, hang out with Dr. Patton and me at the YMCA for this prostate screening, and plus flu shot, everything else.
Yeah. Now, also, I wanted to, I have a little gift for you. I kind of want to share it with you. So one of my hobbies, I'm into poetry.
Okay, all right.
And I wanted to discuss some of the symptoms of prostate cancer, some things that we should watch out for. So I tried to make a poem that kind of highlights some of those symptoms to look out for. If you're interested in hearing.
Yeah, go ahead, please share it with us by all means.
Okay, so this the basis of the poem is called PSA, and it's about a young male. He just turned 45, and he's starting to have some of these symptoms of prostate cancer. And it ends with where he's actually at his uncle's funeral, who's a degree relative to him, and he's realizing, hey, I need to get in and start to get screened too, because I'm having some similar symptoms from before, and kind of share it with you here. So it's day 45, not too long ago. He just turned 45. Nights are longer though. Refusing to be a victim, he pushes through all of those nighttime symptoms like frequent urination, a sudden change in bowel with a chronic constipation. The bladder's never empty. A little discomfort, maybe infection of the kidney. A slight dribbling, but it ain't always as it seems. Missing the toilet stool because of weakened urine stream. Gold around the crown is the hubris of kings. You know you're having symptoms, but don't find out what it means. Your back starts to buckle when the pain starts to touch you. A pink urine color like the scraping of a knuckle. A nephew of an uncle with a similar theme. He lay there at the wake. Is this a similar dream? And that's
and it's in all those symptoms, and I know some folks that are listening to that, hopefully they heard the various symptoms that you talked about, and because so often we will dismiss those symptoms and say, oh, it's just nothing, I'll get over it. Maybe it's just a one-time thing. So really, thank you for sharing that poem. So fellas, it's important that you guys come out on November the 21st, hang out with Dr. Patton. He's going to be there personally to answer any question that you have about the prostate screening and the symptoms. If you missed any of them, he's going to be there to kind of go back over those symptoms and talk to you personally if you think that you've been having those symptoms, or you may know a relative that may need to come in and have a PSA. By all means, bring them. So again, I want to thank you, Dr. Patton, for hanging out with me this afternoon. And we will see everybody out there on the 21st at 1720 West Broadway for this great event, prostate screening plus free flu vaccine and a free COVID test. And hey, that's a home run right there, all three of those, and not going to cost you nothing. And we want to thank Norton's for footing the bill on this. Thank you very much. And to your organization, the foundation, everybody there for, looking out for the community. So thank you again.
Thank you.